Hey, what's up? It's Cassius, and welcome to part 3 of this whole Ningguang rebuilding the Jane Chamber saga thing. Uh, if you didn't see the last two videos, be sure to check them out. They're on my channel. They'll probably be linked in the description as well, although I can't guarantee that. I can't guarantee I'll remember to do that. Also, if you didn't see the last one, accidentally left my voices or dialogue volume muted, and so the characters didn't have any voices, so I did the voices myself. And I asked everyone to comment what they thought of me doing that. Well, just to break the illusion of time passing here, I'm recording this right after that video, so I haven't seen any of the comments yet because that video hasn't been made yet. It's just been recorded. Uh, so I'm gonna continue doing the voices because I'm enjoying it, and obviously I'll check out the comments. So be sure to. If you didn't comment, it's kind of too late because, and it doesn't really matter because I can do what I want. But, you know, just let me know what you think of these videos in general. I've been enjoying making them, and they've been getting like 5 views, which is wonderful. I put way too much effort into this for that, but I don't care because it's sort of just a fun passion project thing. At least that's what I tell myself. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get right back into it. Right where we left off, as usual. Talking to Master Zhang. Hello. Are you here for some, something off the shelf, or do you need something forged?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you've heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Of course I have, of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
My name is Young Jin. Yunjin. My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you've forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yun. Sorry, my brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond hammering, and beyond hammering. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of me, Monsieur. Even folks who don't make it to the opera all that often, like myself. So you're here to ask about the Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I don't know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for. As it happens, I do. For. I did not mean to skip there. Nice. There's a blooper. The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores. The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves.
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Well, sure. You'll need You'll need two kinds: Star Splinter iron, and Subrosium. Okay. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced Star Splinter iron from the Mount Tianhang
from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for Symposium, though, that's trickier. It's all but unheard of on the market.
Then where do we start?
I'm not sure. Sorry. I'm not really sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location of the stuff. I wouldn't know anything about that. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for star splinter iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Symposium. That's what I would do. Mount Tianheng. Interestingly enough, the story of the Divine Damsel of Devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there. I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the Divine Damsel of Devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like the place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And that story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool, a hero story. They're Paimon's favorite.
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a preposterous... preposterous... It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain.
I like preposterous better.
In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him into madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty piece of work. Paimon hopes this monster gets put in its place.
But the monster was so terrible and strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No, don't do it, little girl.
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor.
Ah. I get what's going on here.
Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends, but alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross. She would never again re-enter the mortal world.
She's definitely not standing right here in front of you.
And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how the opera ends.
Ends. That's where the story in general ends, and the story of the girl.
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure that she deserves all the praise she is given. I never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of devastation from the truth.
Oh. Devastation.
A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for the play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel. I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon. Let's get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron. Yeah!
Paimon really cares about this story. Granted, she probably cares about the story about as much as I care about Shenhe.
This should be enough Star Splinter Iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium.
Ask the old man for information about Subrosium. I'm assuming that's this old man over here. Shoot him in the face.
Hey, there really is someone here.
Oh great, I need another voice.
Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something? Huh. Paimon didn't seem to catch that, Lucy.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask you if you happen to know anything about Subrosium.
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, whatever. Guess we're on our own here. Shenhe, Yujin, Lucy, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead. You can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingja?
Uncle?
It's
Shenhe.
Shenhe, you're alive. The rumors were true. So, all these years. I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. but I think you can find some information in the village. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here, so you can rummage around all you want.
Ha! You know this guy, Shenhe?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjung has no intention. Don't worry, Mingjung has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Okay, let's see what we can find in this village.
Okay then.
I came back here once before, a few years ago, alone. I hid it from my master at the time. It was deserted then, too, except for a few low-life bandits. Everyone and everything I remembered was long gone. But as people were passing by, they stopped to admire me. They praised me, telling me I gave off the aura of an adeptus. I tried explaining to them that I wasn't an adeptus, just an ordinary person who came from this village, but no one believed me. When I saw how run down all these houses were, I felt at a loss. It was like I took a look at the world, and on the surface, it looked like a vast realm with so many places I could go. Then I looked a little closer. And there was nothing, and there was nowhere for me to go at all.
Suddenly, so much time has gone by, and everything has changed.
The last time I visited, I felt so upset. But today, I don't know why, but it feels different.
It is easy for your mind to run wild when you are alone, but this time you are with friends, aren't you?
Yes, my friends.
Ah, how convenient. This is just lying here. Doctor knows you gravy ill. Okay, I'm not.
What's this?
Maybe this is the true story of the divine damsel of devastation.
So, Shenhe is the divine damsel? Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it before. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father. The truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it. It looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
The family exorcism of another. Who cares? They're gonna retell us the story anyway.
So it seems that Shenhe's father thought he was summoning a benevolent deity using a magic incantation. But in fact, he summoned an evil god's remains, which took the form of a monster. His obsessive yearning for his deceased wife led to a terrible tragedy. The villagers moved away in fear without having ever learned the truth. And now this place is deserted. Still, I do wonder what the connection is between Shenhe and Mingjun.
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Symposium. This is it! So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake of the South Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some symposium. Let's go back and tell Shenhe the news.
Paimon's voice is just getting worse and worse as I start to lose my voice from doing all these voices.
One year, when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen. Let it all escalate, and, well, we all know how that story ended.
Yes, we do know now, because we've been reading notes.
I bring flowers back here every year. Each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing I wouldn't have done. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity. So my master bound my soul with the red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
Must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhe, we're back.
Oh, I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end.
Shut up, Paimon.
Look, Shenhe, look. This tells us how to find Symposium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of the lake.
Let's go then. Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details of the divine damsel of devastation are not true to the facts, so I'd like to change them. Why? I know I say that the opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me. I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
It's okay. I like your version.
Huh? My master once said that the day I learn to use my strength for the good of others is the day I can truly become a part of human society. So I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way. Don't worry, I believe you will. In fact, I think you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to you just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Shenhe, Yunjin, cut the chit-chat. Let's go.
Just when the story finally starts getting good, Paimon's just like,
Let's get out of here.
I swear Paimon is the enemy of everything. By that I mean everything, I think.
We can't let someone else beat us to it.
Nobody cares about the stupid contest, Paimon. We're here to learn about stories and have fun. Now you all see why I hate Paimon for the 10,000th time. Ooh, that's so pretty. Hey, what are you doing here? You're not Sub-Rosio. What brings you here?
Have they found the solution to the danger in the sea?
What danger in the sea? Ningguang didn't tell you? Something has happened in Gaiun Stone Forest. According to the contract, as an Adeptus, I should not get involved for now. But these things can be unpredictable. I have a contingency plan of my own. Only a single mountain lies between here and Liu Harbor. If things get out of control, I will defend this place myself. Okay. Goodness.
So are they okay?
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good end product out of these. Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research for him to get it up to speed.
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry, it won't take me too long. Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adeptus sigils next. But where should we find items relating to the Adepti? I'll sort that out.
Oh, you got this then?
Yes, I've been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils. The first time we met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I am here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world. If I've been removed. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you, and I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you. So, Master Xiang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something. Master Xiang and Shenhe start making Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils.
Phew. These sigils are ready, though they are in some respects inferior to my master's. I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
I finished forging the thing. I finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great. Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us. Ningguang's little secretary. We found all the materials.
Oh, already? All three of you found them together. Okay, I see. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners. I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are Lucy, Yunjin, and Beidou.
What? It's over.
Oh wait, this is that one guy.
What? It's over already? We haven't even found the plus right yet.
I can't believe it.
So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here.
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
Alright then. Guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first. This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
Oh, good gracious.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you for all of your work. Now, it's time for me to fulfill my promise.
Yeah!
Miss Yoon, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement. You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you? That's right, Lady Ningguang. I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yoon's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So, what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here in the newly built Jade Chamber? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the heavens. I can think of no better stage for you than here, Miss Yun.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. I will prepare my Thank you, Lady Ningguang. I will prepare my props and other articles shortly. Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
Lucy, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
You're next, Lucy. What's your question? I should clarify that I do not know your brother's whereabouts, so please don't waste your question on this matter.
Wow, you're a mind reader, Eggwag. Well, I guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital connections, sensitivity to the trends, an instinct for what is good, an instinct for what is a good opportunity. All of these traits are crucial. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Whoa, Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Yeah, it's almost like we talked about this right in front of her at the beginning of the quest. If you remember, if you've seen all the episodes, go back and watch them. Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you've helped me to rebuild the chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely for it. So, I promise that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek my employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
Great, so next time you run out of Mora, we can just come talk to Ningguang. No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me? Yes.
Yes, this was a group effort.
Thank you, but I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I urge you not to squander it.
Yeah, don't just waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
No. That is an interesting question.
Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules around here, you will not be turned away. So the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor. A sense of belonging? Yes, to become fond of the place. To feel a part of it. It always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met or something you've experienced here, or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon. I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet, and I'm a little later than I expected.
Come on, Beto, it's your turn. Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I might as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not going to be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own. Don't worry. I've made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up for an ambush. Set up an ambush. Blah. Glad to hear it. Watch your back and stay alert.
Beidou, Ningguang, what are you talking about?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know.
Ningguang prepares to lift off. When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below. At that time, I dreamt that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Tibet. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. It's not really, because it really seems like it. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence! Let the Ascension ceremony commence! And I light.
Dun 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 dun.
Hey, he's back! My old friend.